probably won't actually start
Cody Rice. Rice, he's got an opening. Rice, he could go all the way. He's got one man to beat.
Chase Becker spins, hangs, complete. Broughton breaks through. It's a race to the end zone. Touchdown, Sioux. The Sioux strike first.
Used to be
On the road. Conquers back on top as Region 8 champions.
That's Ben Heenick. Heenick with a load of steam, and he bowls over.
One as Blake Burnstrom looks to go. Blake Burnstrom floating in midair for 2.
Backdoor cut. Cheryl Hayes off the glass for 2. There is Nesham. Wow, look at that shot by Addison Nesham. She's putting on a show. You think her heart is pounding? No way. The Lusitania Buffalo Bombers are headed to the state.
Quarter, 3 seconds, Simiano. No. Put back, no. The Killdeer Cowboys survive.
This copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of GameDay Media, LLP, and may not be reproduced or retransmitted in any form, and the accounts and descriptions of this game may not be disseminated without express written consent by GameDay Media, LLP.
GameDay Media, LLP does not own the rights to the background music of this live stream. All rights belong to the music owners. No copyright infringement intended.
Today's Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by RTC Networks, Hagen Equipment Incorporated, First International Bank and Trust, Nodak Insurance Company, Eric Mogan, Johnson and Sundin, Attorneys at Law, Shiloh Chavez with L. Today's Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by RTC Networks, Hagen Equipment Incorporated, First International Bank and Trust, Nodak Insurance Company, Eric Mogan, Johnson and Sundin, Attorneys at Law, Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial, Farmers Union Oil of Watford City, Patriot Fuels LLC, Mackenzie County Heritage Park and Museum, Cornerstone Bank, TNT Measurements Incorporated, Northern States Fishing Tools, WCAG Church, Doug Rolfson, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Wolfpack Booster Club, Schriefer Red Angus, BNC National Bank, NCC,
Hello and welcome to Beulah, North Dakota, as we are here for tonight's Division A Region 4 girls basketball matchup between the Watford City Wolves and the Beulah Miners. Welcome into Game Day Media here tonight. My name is Titus Stenberg alongside Brock Haugeberg on this beautiful February Friday evening. No place we'd rather be than in a high school gym ready to go for some basketball. Yeah, we've got a great one in store for you here tonight as the Wolves and Miners play an important region game. Watford City coming in off of a loss to Hazen a couple of nights ago, also down here in Coal Country. And it was a close game. They ended up coming up 4 points short in that one by a final score of 47-43. So they will look to get back into the win column here tonight. And if they are able to do so, they would pick up their 8th region win of the year. They come in at 12-5 overall, 7-2. In region play. For Beulah, they are still looking for that elusive first win of the season, coming in at 0-18, 0-11 in region play, but they have played some good teams really close. So you can tell that they're getting close to getting a win, and they would love nothing more than to do that here tonight against a region opponent. And they don't have a lot of season left, so they would love to get that first win out of the way. I'm going to welcome in my partner at this time. Brock, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. How about yourself, Titus?
Wonderful. And I also want to thank our Pregame show sponsor, Hagen Equipment, where they are your source for Case IH Bobcat and many more lines of equipment in Watford City. Brock, what are you looking forward to here in this matchup tonight?
I'm excited for a lot of things, but off the top of my list, the Wolves are coming off a loss to the Hazen Bison. I'm looking forward to see how they come out tonight.
Yes, that sounds good. Well, both teams are down on the court warming up for this one. We're going to send Brock down on the court as well, as he will have our Watford City Farmers Union Oil Company coaches' comments. He's going to visit with Mitch Krakow of Beulah and Tom Dwyer of Watford City. We'll have those coaches' comments and a whole lot more on your Hagen Equipment pregame show right after this quick timeout. Welcome back to Beulah. Brock is downstairs. He has caught up with Watford City head coach Tom Dwyer. Brock, take it away.
All right, I'm here with head coach for the Watford City Wolves, Tom Dwyer. Tom, I got a question for tonight. You girls are coming off a tough loss against the Hazen Bison. How do you expect them to start out the game tonight?
Well, just like always, just trying to make sure that we always talk about taking things one possession at a time. We talk about, making sure that we just continue to try to get better every single day, and we're trying to work on the couple things that we've been focused on recently to, try to take our team to the next level. So still got those same focuses, still just expecting good communication, hard work, right? Control the things you can control.
Okay, very nice. Follow-up question for that. On the offensive side of the basketball tonight, what is the game plan on the offensive side?
Keep making the extra pass, right? Keep taking good quality shots. Move the ball from side to side, right? Stressing my team all the possessions where we get wide open layups and how so many of them seem to be when we get 3 or 4 ball reversals versus sometimes when I look at a shot and it's like, that's almost a turnover, and we look at it, it's like, hey, we had 1 pass or 0 pass and we just drove into help defense, right? And the help defense is ready. So just making sure that we're trying to create for each other and find that extra, that extra pass, right? We just want to get more efficient. So that's what we're trying to do.
Thank you very much. There you have it from head coach for the Watford City Wolves, Tom Dwyer.
Thank you.
Great job down there, Brock. Those coaches' comments brought to you by Watford City Farmers Union Oil Company. And it looks like Brock is ready to go with the Beulah head coach, Mitch Krakow. So at this time, we'll toss it right back on down to Brock. Brock, go ahead.
All right, I am here, as Titus said, with Beulah Miners head coach, Mitch Krakow. Okay, tonight I got a question for you. How do you want to control the tempo against the Watford City girls team tonight?
We just want to try to keep it kind of at maybe a slower pace. Sometimes we maybe play a little bit better. Sometimes in chaos, it seems like. But just control it. I know they like to press. We want to break the press, be steady with it, and take good shots. Sometimes we'll get sped up as well from a press. But like I said, sometimes chaos for us is a good thing. But just basically kind of control, kind of keep it at a pace where we're not too out of control with it and go there.
Very nice. Okay, and a follow-up question to that. What do you think the biggest key for your team tonight is going to be?
It's playing some good defense and controlling them to go get 1 shot. Some of our past games, we gave up a lot of offensive boards. Keep them only 1 shot, get the rebound, and then go on offense, and then kind of do our thing and control the ball when we can.
Okay, thank you very much. There you have it from Beulah Miners head coach Mitch Krakow.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Brock. Once again, those coaches' comments brought to you by Watford City Farmers Union Oil Company. They've been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Join them and visit them over at Cenex, Hardware Hank, the Twist 2.0, and Farmers Union Oil right there in Watford City. We're going to take a quick break here. When we come back, we'll have more on our Hagen Equipment pregame show. You're watching Division A Girls Basketball on Game Day Media.
When the job demands power and precision, Turn to Hagen Equipment in Watford City, your proud Case IH and Bobcat dealer. From equipment rentals to a full service department and an extensive parts inventory, Hagen Equipment has what you need to get the job done right. Stop by 805 South Main Street in Watford or visit HagenEquipment.com. Hagen Equipment, work ready, field proven.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries.
But maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand.
But maybe don't?
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank.
But maybe don't?
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
At Johnson & Sundin Law Office, we combine big case expertise with small town service. Since 1980, we've fought for clients across western North Dakota. From oil and gas disputes to serious injury and wrongful death cases, probate, agriculture, and more. No matter what issue, our experienced team is ready to stand by your side. In our office in Watford City, we're here for you, wherever you are. Johnson & Sundin, expert legal representation rooted in North Dakota.
Welcome back to Beulah here this evening for this great matchup we've got in store for you tonight between the Watford City Wolves and the Beulah Miners. As we near the end of this regular season, it's hard to believe, but it is February already and tournament time not that far away. Want to update you on the rest of this week's schedule for Watford City. The girls are playing here tonight. They will be on the road again tomorrow as they take on Standing Rock. That game was supposed to be played last Saturday. The weather wasn't very kind to us back then when we had all that ice, so the girls are going to be down there along with the boys team. Now, the boys were supposed to go to Belcourt and play Turtle Mountain in a makeup game, but that game ended up getting bumped from the schedule, so Watford City will not be making the trip to Belcourt. They will be going down to Standing Rock instead, so that will be girls and boys varsity doubleheader in Fort Yates tomorrow, and that will be between Watford City and Standing Rock. The only meeting of those two schools this year in both girls and boys basketball. Most of the other opponents they're playing twice, including this Beulah team. The boys lost in this gym a couple of weeks back. We were here for that one on Game Day Media. The weather was a lot colder on that night, and those two teams will meet up later in the season, and we're going to have that one for you on Game Day Media as well. And it was getting close to a month ago when Beulah made the trip up to Watford City, and in girls basketball, the Wolves got the win in that one, 67-32. They will look to duplicate that effort here tonight as Beulah will try to get into the win column. While we have a second, let's take a look at our upcoming schedule for the rest of this week. And we've got 3 games for you tonight, actually 4 games in 3 different locations tonight, with a doubleheader in Tioga as Washburn is taking on Tioga. And then we've got 2 girls teams just outside of the top 5 in girls Division B in Kenmare's Glenburn and Kenmare Bowbells, along with our game here tonight. One more game for you tomorrow, a great girls Division B matchup, a Region 3 matchup there as the Tioga Pirates take on the Glenburn Panthers in what could be a preview of a region tournament game in just a couple of weeks. Let's also take a look at the newest girls basketball polls. We'll start with girls Division A girls basketball polls. These are brought to you by Prairie Home Furnishings in Stanley. Check them out on Facebook. Or give them a call or visit the website there that's on your screen. South Prairie Max, unanimous #1. They are on a 16-game winning streak. Then you got Thompson, reigning state champions, Valley City, ranked 3, followed by Carrington, and then Hazen, who actually dropped a spot in the poll. You can see over there by 1 point. They dropped from 4 to 5 despite that win over Watford City. Apparently the voters valuing that Carrington win over Devil's Lake a little bit more than the other voters valued the Hazen win over Watford City, as we do see Turtle Mountain also receiving votes. Let's throw up the girls Division B basketball poll as well. Yeah, it's a kind of a crowded bunch. There's some good teams across the state of North Dakota. Flasher received 15 out of the 17 first place votes, followed by Lemoore Litchfield Marion at 2, Central McLean 3, reigning state champions Benson County now at 4, followed by Hatton Northwood at 5, and then all of those Region 3 teams receiving votes, Kenmare, Bowbells, Tioga, and Glenburn, with Maple River a new addition into that receiving votes category. They're playing the school song out here. We're going to step aside. When we come back, we'll have our TNT Measurement Spotlight player. We'll have our starting lineups and a whole lot more. You're watching Game Day Media.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
Our lives are made up of moments. From first moments to big moments to everyday moments. At First International Bank and Trust, we support you with local service and checking and savings solutions to help you reach your goals, shape your legacy, and make your moments happen. First International Bank and Trust, helping you live first since 1910.
Welcome back to Beulah. It's time for our TNT Measurements Spotlight players. TNT Measurements has been serving and supporting the oil and gas industry for over 25 years, focusing on oil and gas measurement. When you want it measured right, contact TNT Measurements. For the Watford City Wolves, we're going to put Logan Hanna in the spotlight tonight. Logan is the second leading scorer on this team, and she comes in with a 13.1 points per game average, along with 3 rebounds, over 2 assists per game, and just under 2 steals per game. And she has made 25 three-pointers this year. Logan Hanna will be a fun one to watch here this evening for the Wolves.
Yes, excited to see what she can do tonight. I know she likes to live by the 3 and die by the 3. We'll see what she is capable of tonight, as you see her shooting some threes right there. Yep, super excited to watch Logan Hanna tonight for the Watford City Wolves.
That's right. And then on the other side, we're going to put the spotlight on Tori Zeman. Tori wears number 12 for Beulah. She is a junior, stands at 5'9", and my visit with Coach Grokow before the game said she has really been scoring the ball well as of late, and she has got her season average up over double digits, as she's averaging 10.5 points per game right now, and she's going to need to be probably the number 1 priority for Watford City's defense to try and slow her down. And if Beulah is going to try and keep this one close and stay in and have a chance to win it late, she is going to play an important part of that, and she'll be a player to watch here for Beulah.
Yep, excited to see what she can do for the Miners. As just like you said, Titus, she will be probably the player that the Watford City Wolves will have to keep an eye on defensively coming out here.
And they have some size. We'll detail that here as we get into our starting lineups. These starting lineups are brought to you by Patriot Fuels, conveniently located on Highway 85 North between Alexander and Watford City for all your fueling needs. Starting off with the visiting Watford City Wolves. Same starting 5 that they have played with all year. Such a luxury for a coach and a team to be able to have that stability with the starting 5. And there they are, Annabelle Bond and Harley Jacobson, the 2 sophomore guards. Our spotlight player this evening, Logan Hanna, along with the steady senior Bailey Madsen and Miley Roan, listed at 5'10", and also a senior there for head coach Tom Dwyer. He's assisted by Pat Wagenknecht, Sydney Headings, Riley Fowler, and Trini Morgan. For Beulah, they will go with Addison Dale Geiger, Hadley Ost, Tori Zeman, and 8th grader Emma Hager, who checks in averaging 7.5 points per game. Really excited to see her play. She did not play in the first matchup between these two teams. And rounding out the starting lineup, their 5'11" sophomore center, number 22, Brinley Larson, who averages 10 points a game. It's the starting lineup for head coach Mitch Grockow. He is assisted by Jody Dosser. They have turned the warm-up clock off, so we will send it down to the PA announcer once they get prepared for the announcement of the national anthem and the starting lineup. A couple of things to look for here this evening. Heard Coach Grockow say it. Well, we'll save it. Let's toss it down to our PA announcer.
And your Beulah Miners. Let's welcome all players, coaches, and fans from Watford City. At this time, we have to please rise, face the flag, and move our hats and stand attention while the Beulah High School Choir, under the direction of Mr. Tyler Wolf, sings our national anthem. As a reminder, children 10 years and younger need to be accompanied and supervised by a parent or other adult. Please try to limit your trips to the necessary stand, the restrooms, and dead balls and timeouts to limit distraction to those who want to watch the game. We remind you that interschool action next hard extension of the classroom, lessons best learned and proper respect and score it all. Please help us be number one in good sportsmanship. Let's meet the cheerleaders for the Miners. Cohen McCabe, Miley Dostal, Leah Jankowski, Mason Miller, Julia Cabaz, Emma Olson, Patty Hansen, and Coco Morissette. The cheerleaders are coached by Mrs. Kim Burge. Now the starting lineup, some visitors on scoreboard, the Watford City Wolves. Starting for the Wolves in the 5'5" sophomore, number 1, Annabelle Bond. Another 5'5" sophomore, it's number 3, Harley Jacobson. Also 5'5", senior number 5, Logan Hanna. Senior 5'9", number 10, Bailey Matson. Rounding out the lineup for the Wolves is the 5'10", senior number 40, Miley Road. The Wolves are coached by Thomas Squire, sent by Patrick Wegenek, Sydney Hayes, Riley Fowler, and Trinity Morgan. Now the starting lineup for your hometown, Beulah Miners. Starting for the Miners, the guards, 5'3", senior, number 4, Addison Dale Geiger. Another guard, 5'6", junior, number 11, Hadley Yost. Running forward, 5'9", junior, number 12, Tori Zeman. Another guard, 5'5" inches tall, 8th grade number 13, Emma Hager. And rounding out the lineup for the Miners, it's 5'11" sophomore, number 22, Brinley serve. Officials for tonight's game are Mike Casey, Gene Anderson, and Jeremy Siegel. These officials are registered by the North Dakota High School Activity Association. Their experience and integrity qualify them to the rules of the game. And after the sportsmanship should be upheld by all spectators, players, and coaches, no matter what their personal opinions or loyalty may be in this contest.
Miley Roan versus Brinley Larson for the opening tap. And it is controlled by Watford City. That opening tip-off is brought to you by the Northern States Fishing and Tools as the Wolves turn it over there on the first possession. Win the tap, but ended up turning it over. And then Beulah, the same thing happened to them. So both teams getting their first turnover out of the way early on here with 13 seconds gone by. Watford City basketball as they go to work on offense. Logan Hanna with it up top. Gets it to Roan, back to Hanna on the left side to Jacobson, who drives into the paint. Stops, and a second turnover. Brock Wolves look a little bit jittery there on their first as the Miners end up turning it over, so we are tied in the turnover category. We want to remind you we do not have a score bug for you tonight, so we will do our best to keep it up to date for you as our broadcast goes along. No score, just underway, 7:15 left to go in quarter number one. Bond gets it to Jacobson. Outside to Logan Hanna. Logan will drive, layup good, and there's the first basket of the night for the Wolves. It comes from the senior Logan Hanna.
There's our spotlight player coming to work early here for the Wolves.
Watford City providing some backcourt pressure. Zeman gets it across half court for the Miners. Midcourt circle to Addison Dale Geiger, who has it knocked away by Bond. It rolls to Zeman. Back to Dale Geiger. She drives, shot blocked by Bailey Metzen. And a foul is called back there as we take a look at our first RTC Network's instant replay of the ball game.
There we go. We had a good block there by the senior guard for the Watford City Wolves, Bailey Madsen.
She's averaging just under 1 block per game. If she can get another one, she might be overcoming that number here pretty soon, as a quick touch foul called on the drive against Addison Dale Geiger, and that is her second. So some early foul trouble for Dale Geiger. And Tinley Kraft checks into the ball game. Here is a three-pointer from Bond, a little bit short. Good rebound by Roan. She puts it in for two. Good hustle by Miley.
That is how you clean up the glass right there for Miley Roan.
She averages 7.1 rebounds per game as Harley Jacobson grabs that rebound. And Harley averages 3.5 rebounds per game. Ahead to Bond, who missed it. There's Roan again, missed it. Bond up, no. And Zeman able to secure the rebound for Beulah, but Logan Hanna gets the steal. Third turnover against the Miners. And then Beulah will draw a foul after the shot attempt by Hanna. And that foul will be called against Bailey Madsen.
There's our RTC Network's instant replay there as the fouls. It looks like the refs are letting the kids play so far pretty hard to start the game.
Beulah basketball after that foul, first of the game against the Wolves. Here goes Tinley Kraft, the freshman, into the front court for Beulah. It's Watford City 4, Beulah nothing, 5:35 left to go in the first quarter. As that shot is put up off the glass by Ost. No good, but she follows her own miss, gets it out up top, and we are going to have, what's the call? A foul.
Foul on, and it looks like Amelia Wisness there.
Yeah, so Wisness and Shoemaker both came in for the Wolves on the last dead ball. And here's a three-pointer, a little bit short from Hadley Ost. Long rebound. Roan runs it down, finds her teammate Hannah ahead of the pack. Layup good. Good team basketball there from the Wolves. Miley averages over an assist per game. Pretty impressive for being the tallest player on the floor most of the time. And the Wolves utilize her and rely on her for a lot of different things as Beulah gets out of the scoreboard with a nice reverse layup by Emma Hager. Brock, she is just an 8th grader.
That is a great move as an 8th grader. She was very aware of where she was at on the floor when she picked up that dribble, and she realized she had enough room to put up that layup there.
Makes it 6-2. Watford City with the lead in the ball. Roan misses in the paint. Good rebound by Brinley Larson. I feel like that's a real big key for Beulah tonight to limit the Wolves to one shot. There's a turnover as Amelia Wisness gets the steal. 4th turnover of the night against Beulah. Jacobs into the hoop, blocked but a foul, as they're going to call that one against Brinley Larson.
There's another look at our RTC Network's instant replay there, as a great drive there up, and it looks like there was a slap on the arm there.
So that'll be Brinley Larson's first personal as Jacobson swishes in her first free throw attempt of the night, making it 7-2 Watford City. Hannah and Roan get a break. The Watford City lineup is now Shoemaker, Matson, Bond, and Wisness with Jacobson at the free throw line, and she calmly knocks in both free throws to give the Wolves a 6-point lead once again. It's now 8-2 Watford City, 4:21 left to go in the first quarter. Tori Zeman with the ball. Dribble handoff to Emma Hager. Bounces it in down low. Pass deflected and tipped out of bounds by the Wolves. I thought it may have been off of Unruh, but it was off of Watford City. And the possession will stay with the Beulah Miners.
The Miners had the play that they wanted right there. They almost had a wide open layup on that backdoor cut.
There's a steal by Harley Jacobson off the inbounds play. Can she make it all the way to the hoop? She does, and she banks it home. Steal and score for Harley Jacobson as she goes coast to coast. Harley averaging 2 steals per game, and with a quick 4 points in the last 30 seconds. Zeman for 3, too strong. Rebound tipped out of bounds by Unruh. It'll belong to Watford City. 3:49 to go in quarter number 1. Watford City 10, Beulah 2. Brock, what have you noticed about Beulah's defensive game plan to start this first 4 minutes?
So far, I would say it's working. I know Tom Dwyer, the coach, in the comments, he kind of said he wants his team to relax and take a good shot instead of, or a great shot instead of a good shot. And I feel like the Miners are doing a really good job of making it hard for the Wolves to take those great shots.
They took 2 of them there. Matson missing the 3, Shoemaker missing the 2, and then they tip it out of bounds, so it'll be Beulah basketball. Beulah with the ball down by 8, 3:30 left in the first quarter. Steal by Jacobson. She finds Shoemaker, who scores. Steal and assist for Harley Jacobson. Basket for Salil Shoemaker. And the Wolves go up 12-2. That's an exciting combo to watch. We talk about Annabelle Bond and Harley Jacobson being sophomores, but Salil Shoemaker also just a sophomore, as she's going to pick up the foul on this play as she fouls Eva Unruh, who is a sophomore for Beulah. Sophomores everywhere on the court right now.
And colors. If we take a look at the shoes on every player, there is some sort of vibrant color out there.
Good point, Brock. Yeah, that's something that has changed, I would say, during my announcing career.
I don't know where if I've ever seen it where all 10 players have a bright color on, but this is it right here.
So the 3-point play is converted by Eva Unruh. So the sophomore gets her first 3 of the night and gets her Miners within 7 at 12-5. Jacobson gets into the paint, off-balance shot, good. 2 more for Harley Jacobson. She's got 6 points in this first quarter, and she is off to a great start, and then hustling on this end, almost getting a steal as she knocks it away out of bounds right in front of her bench.
Harley Jacobson so far has came out to play some defense, per usual though. Normally, that's where she strives here for the Wolves.
She is so much fun to watch, especially on the defensive end, and then when she's able to see the ball go through the hoop, I think that adds even a little bit of extra energy to her. And a little too much energy that time. I think she just saw the ball a little bit too late. 90% of the time, if she sees a pass like that, she's going to steal it. It was just a little bit out of her peripheral vision that time, and she got there a little bit late. She'll pick up her first foul. But, yeah, hustling Harley. She is so important to this team. Brings a lot of heart, energy, and effort every single night. There's Annabelle Bond getting the steal. That kind of hustle can be contagious. Annabelle, the steal, she drives and lost the dribble, a little bit of contact. They're just going to call it out of bounds off of Beulah, and it will stay with Watford City. 2:29 to go in the first quarter. Watford City 14, Beulah 5. Hannah on the catch and shoot 3, no. Rebound, Matson up, too strong. Rebound, Shoemaker, blocked, but a foul.
There we go with Shoemaker crashing the offensive glass, and Matson. She got an offensive board off Hannah's miss there, but crashing the glass and gets a trip to the line here.
Both Matson and Shoemaker average 5.6 rebounds per game, as that free throw is up and good for Salil. Some offense off the bench for the Wolves in this first quarter. She's got a quick 3 as Hadley Ost comes back into the lineup for Beulah. 2:22 to go in the first quarter. Watford City ahead 15-5. As the second free throw is off the mark, Roan got a fingertip on it, and it's going to stay here as Ost went after it. Probably didn't need to, but she wasn't sure who touched it, and it will belong to Watford City.
Yeah, it really looked like she didn't have to go for that ball. It looked like it would have been off a Wolf there.
That one was tipped by a Beulah player and then off of a Beulah cheerleader, and it will stay Watford City basketball. The official did a good job of playing dodgeball with it, but unfortunately that meant that the cheerleader got hit. There is Matson making the catch, and the basket off the baseline, out of bounds play. First basket of the night for the senior Bailey Matson. Corner long 2, no. Rebound by Shoemaker. That attempt was from Brynlee Larson. As Shoemaker grabs another rebound, this one on the defensive side of the glass, as Matson drives, kicks a little bit wide right, intended for Hannah, and out of bounds. Third turnover of the first quarter against Watford City. Turnovers have not been too big of a problem. As for the Wolves, as Roan gets a steal, that is turnover number 8 against Beulah. Bond for 3. Thought she may have been fouled. She missed it, and Beulah able to claim the defensive rebound. Bond knocks it away, out of bounds, off of Beulah. Great play by Annabelle to stick with it and knock it off of Kraft and force another Beulah turnover.
You know, that is what you want to see out of your player right there. You put up a shot and didn't give up on the play. She stuck with it and wanted to get that ball back.
Here goes Bond, driving, drawing, missing, but she will go to the free throw line to shoot 2. Watford City 17, Beulah 5.
Now we take a look at this RTC Network's instant replay. If she could have got that to go, I think she got hit on both arms as she was going up right there. That would have been tough.
Annabelle averages 10.6 points per game and scores her first one there. She gets the icebreaker from the free throw line. Also averages 4.8 rebounds, 3.8 assists, and Brock 5 steals per game for the sophomore Annabelle Bond.
The Wolves defense, they're just normally, they sometimes throw in like a 1-2-2 or whatever, or run and jump, but they normally just are man-to-man, so these steals are just reading passing lanes.
Good use of a screen there. Open shot missed by Ost. Offensive rebound, Tinley Kraft. Got tied up by Annabelle Bond, and the alternating possession arrow will keep it on this side of the floor with 1:15 left to go in the first quarter. 32 on the shot clock. Watford City leading Beulah on your NCC scoreboard by a score of 19-5. Beulah basketball. Emma Hager got it in, but it's stolen away by Bailey Matson. 10th Beulah turnover. Matson to Hannah for 3. No. Rebound tipped out of bounds. I believe Shoemaker. Nope, it was Beulah that touched it last. So a second chance for the Wolves with a fresh shot clock. Hannah catch and shoot long 2. Short, follows her own miss. The little shorter 2 is also short. Rebound, Shoemaker. No. And Tori Zeman finds the rebound for Beulah. Ost into the front court. Down low into Larson. And they call a foul against Miley Roan.
Looks like there she might have just been pushing her with her body. Her arms were straight. Had nothing to do with reaching in there.
That is the 5th team foul against the Wolves, so the Miners will be in the bonus for the rest of this first quarter. Brynlee Larson to the line. The lefty sophomore misses her first free throw attempt. Harley Jacobson and Amelia Wisness check in for Watford City. Larson's second free throw in and out. Rebound by Harley Jacobson. 10-second differential in the game clock and the shot clock. Jacobson finds Matson. Good patience. She lays it in for 2.
That is great patience out of Bailey Matson right there.
So much fun to watch as Jacobson gets the assist. Matson the basket. Zeman answers right back for Beulah for her first 2 of the night to make it 21-7. 24 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Shot clock is dark. Wisness to Hannah. 17 seconds on the game clock. Hannah guarded by Hadley Ost and stolen by Zeman. Beulah has plenty of time. Oh, they may have been in too big of a rush as Roan gets the steal. Jacobson, Wolves with 3 seconds. Jacobson travels. She wanted to pass and she got her feet tangled up there, and now it'll be Beulah basketball with 0.7 seconds to go. So enough time for a catch and a shoot, but they have to go the length of the floor, so Larson will wisely just make sure that there isn't a turnover in that situation. And that will be the end of our first quarter of play. Your NCC scoreboard shows Watford City 21, Beulah 7. You're watching Game Day Media.
Since 1978, Northern States Fishing Tools of Watford City has been your trusted partner in the oil field. Serving the Wollaston Basin, we offer top quality fishing and rental tools, including packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. With expert knowledge and decades of experience, we deliver results tailored to your needs, all at competitive prices. Give us a call, 701-842-3350, or visit northernstatesfishingtools.com. Northern States Fishing Tools, quality tools, proven service. Looking to save on fuel and fuel up fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first. Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts, or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more. Located in Alexander, North Dakota.
Watford City leading 21-7 as we get ready for the second quarter. Addison Dale Geiger back on the floor for Beulah. She had 2 quick fouls in that first quarter. Brock, as a player, if you get some first quarter foul trouble, how hard is it to get back into the rhythm of a game?
You know, it kind of takes you out of the game, especially when you get in foul trouble that early into a game. You can't get warm. Like, you just got done with warm-ups, you're hot, you're ready to go, and then instantly you got to sit on the bench for the rest of the quarter. It's tough. It's tough.
We'll keep an eye on her as the second quarter plays on. Harley Jacobson with another aggressive play, driving to the hoop, drawing the foul. More free throws coming for Harley. She had 6 points in the first quarter, and she came ready to play tonight. First free throw a little bit too strong on that one. 7:43 to go in the second quarter. That foul was against Hadley Ost, her first, as Jacobson drains the second free throw. She's up to 7 points. That's Addison Dale Geiger with it in the backcourt, guarded by Harley Jacobson. Good ball handling and good defense there. Fun watching that one-on-one matchup. Here is Peyton Horning into the game for the first time. She is a 5'5" sophomore. She's got the basketball right there. Where's number 3? Good denial on the entry pass by Miley Roan. That'll force a jump ball. Possession arrow will favor Beulah.
There, as you just saw with our RTC Networks instant replay, as Miley Roan just jumped, like I was talking about earlier, the Wolves just jump and anticipate all these passes here.
Dale Geiger inbounds to Brynlee Larson, who drives to the hoop. Left-hand shot, good off the glass. She is just a sophomore. And these Beulah Miners have some good players and underclassmen as they cut the deficit now to 22-9 early in the second quarter. Nice move by Hannah. Missed it as it trickled off the front rim. Rebound grab by Brindley Larson. Watford City 22, Beulah 9, 6:49 to go in the second quarter. Turnover against Beulah, their 12th. Wolves 8 for 22 from the field. They did not make a three-pointer in the first quarter. They are now 6 for 8 from the free throw line, getting to the free throw line and knocking them in this first half. Bailey Matson from the top of the key drives on the right side of the lane. Shot high off the glass, no. Rebound by Roan. Out to Hannah, who fakes a three, drives, floater, yes!
Another pretty move there for Logan Hannah as she thought about the three. She likes to shoot them, but she decided to get all the way to the rack right there.
She's got 6 points. Ost, bounce pass, results in a jump ball. And this time the possession error will favor Watford City. Zeman back in for Beulah, Bond back in for Watford City. So it's Amelia Wisness, Miley Roan, Salil Shoemaker, now not Roan, on the floor for Watford City. She set this whole lineup: Jacobson, Hannah, Bond, Wisness, and Shoemaker. For Beulah, they'll play defense with Hadley Ost, Tori Zeman, Brindley Larson, Emma Hager, and Addison Dale Geiger. Here's a drive by Shoemaker out to Hannah. Again, she fakes the three to take the two. Left this one a little bit short. Rebounded by Amelia Wisness. Second chance opportunity for the Wolves. Bond for three. Not that time. Rebound by Shoemaker. Salil creates some space, draws a foul.
Take a look at our RTC Network's instant replay here. Salil got the offensive rebound, goes straight up and got hit with the body there. She gets a trip to the line. Also, what a great possession there for the Watford City Wolves. You heard the coach in the coach's comments talk about how he wanted the extra pass. There they had the extra pass. Didn't end up in a make, but it got offensive rebound and they got a trip to the line.
Yeah, I think Coach Dwyer has to be really pleased with the way that this first half is going so far. You asked him, how would they respond after a tough loss, a tough region loss, one that they wanted to win so bad, a game that they led for the vast majority of the game. Sometimes a loss like that can carry over into the next game, but it doesn't look like it has at all here tonight. Three-pointer from Zeman, no. Good rebound by Larson, but she brought it down, and Annabelle Bond was ready to pounce on it. She gets the steal ahead to Jacobson. Harley falls to the ground, and Beulah comes away with the loose ball. And then Bond steals it back. Brock, she's got to be getting close to those 5 steals that she averages per game. She had 9 in the win over Stanley, and she might do that again here tonight.
She might already have her 5 right now.
Yeah. Shoemaker to Jacobson. Wolves force a lot of turnovers. They've done it against almost every opponent that they have played this year. A very tenacious defensive team. Jacobson for 3. Short from the corner. Rebound run down by Addison Dale Geiger. Beulah coming the other way. 4:40 left to go in the second quarter. Watford City 26, Beulah 9. Watching Game Day Media. Zeman gets it down to Larson around Wisness. Shot off the glass and in again. Brindley Larson has 4 points, all of them coming in the second quarter. We've got a timeout on the floor with 4:28 left to go in the second quarter. And we'll be back right after this.
Since 1978, Northern States Fishing Tools of Watford City has been your trusted partner in the oil field. Serving the Wollaston Basin, we offer top quality fishing and rental tools, including packers, plugs, and through tubing equipment. With expert knowledge and decades of experience, we deliver results tailored to your needs, all at competitive prices. Give us a call, 701-842-3350, or visit northernstatesfishingtools.com. Northern States Fishing Tools, quality tools, proven service.
Welcome back to Beulah. Let's take this opportunity to thank some of our live read sponsors, starting with WCAG Church, one church in multiple locations. You can visit us in Watford City or in Fairview, Belfield, or Kenmare. All the service times are right there on your screen. Also want to thank McKenzie County Heritage Park and North Dakota Oil Museum. Take a step back in time by visiting the museum there on the west side of Watford City. And we also want to thank the Wolf Pack Booster Club. The strength is in the pack. Check them out on Facebook. Stay up to date with all of the Watford City athletics and activities going on. Watford City ball out of the timeout. Bailey Matson drives, kicks to Bond. Give it a little bit of space, but she doesn't take the three. She'll dribble it once and hand it off to Shoemaker. Right side to Matson. Bailey over to Shoemaker. Wolves a patient possession right here. Shoemaker has her shot blocked. Here comes Beulah the other way. But not for long as Bond gets another steal. 16th Beulah turnover. And yeah, Brock, I think Annabelle might have those 5 or 6 steals by now. Here is Matson with a long three. Off the backboard. Rebound picked up by Roan. And eventually a foul will be called against Beulah. And that'll send Annabelle to the free throw line.
Good pass there by Roan as she's falling over there to get the ball to a teammate cut into the hoop.
I thought she may have been fouled a little bit earlier in that possession, but they let them play on until the foul was recorded against Emma Hager. Her first personal and the 3rd team foul against Beulah in this second quarter. Bond hits 1 of 2 free throws to the. That makes the score now Watford City 27, Beulah 11. 3:43 to go in the second quarter. Tori Zeman long pass ahead, caught by Tinley Kraft. Tried to get it out to Zeman. It's deflected. It'll stay with Beulah. Miners have spent the only timeout of this first half. Watford City still with all 5 timeouts remaining. Zeman in the corner, lost her balance, lost the ball, and it goes out of bounds. Give Amelia Wisness some credit there on forcing that turnover. Will be a dead ball turnover.
So talking about the timeout that Beulah had, it also looks like they came out in a different defense after that timeout. They brought out, or they're presenting a 2-3 here just to slow down the Wolves offense, I would assume. Give them different looks.
Good catch. There is Shoemaker with a baseline jumper, no. Rebound tipped out of bounds. Last touched by Miley Roan. It'll go over to Beulah with 3:14 to go in the second quarter. Watford City 27, Beulah 11. Stick around for halftime. We'll have your halftime show brought to you by Nodak Insurance Company with your agent in Watford City and McKenzie County, Eric Mogan. Tinley Kraft stops at the top of the key. Hand off to Hadley Ost. Bounce pass a little bit too low for Larson, and we get another jump ball.
There we go, taking a look at our RTC Network's instant replay as just got tied up. Miley Roan wanted that ball, you could tell there.
You can tell that's a senior and a sophomore right there. As Miley Roan, she has hustled her entire career. It's a deflection for Matson, a steal for Shoemaker. As Miley drives, kicks to Matson. She gets bumped. Looked a little bit like some contact there with Unruh, no foul call, and Beulah comes away with the loose ball. And then a traveling call against Unruh. These sophomores for Beulah have had some issues here. It looks like we've got a camera issue at the moment. We'll try and get that fixed as we'll continue to give you audio here from Beulah. Matson into Roan. She scores. Miley Roan off the glass for 2. 2:22 to go in the second quarter. Watford City 29, Beulah 11. Beulah with the basketball. A foul will be called against Amelia Wisness. And that will be her second personal foul. There, we're back on the screen. Jackson Lee doing a great job in the producer's chair, catching that early and getting us back on as fast as we can. There's Bailey Matson with the block. She's taking it all the way. Left-hand layup is good. Bailey with an exciting basket there, turning defense into offense and putting the Wolves up by 20. 1:51 to go in the second quarter. Watford City 31, Beulah 11. Hadley Ost, a collision between Unruh and Roan. That time ball goes out of bounds and it'll belong to the Wolves. 19th turnover against Beulah now in this first half, and that's just too high of a number.
That is just too high of a number. You gotta, like I was always told, if we can keep our turnovers, like turnovers are gonna happen.
Yep.
You are gonna have turnovers. Something like, I don't know if I've ever watched a basketball game ever in my life where I've had a team have 0 turnovers in a game, you know? Like even the best teams ever.
Yep.
They will have some turnovers. But, however, gotta try to keep it as low as possible. It's a tough thing to do, tough ask, but.
Annabelle Bond gets the floater to fall there to put her team ahead by 22. It's now 33-11. Here's a long-range 2, too strong from Eva Unruh. Rebound run down by the Wolves. Bond, long pass, picked off. 8th Watford City turnover of the half. Tinley Kraft will stop and pop from 17. No rebound by Logan Hanna. Her pass, a dangerous one, but Bond able to make the reception and then draw a foul near half court. 51.8 seconds left to go in the second quarter. Watford City 33, Beulah 11. That was the 4th foul of the quarter, so no bonus free throws yet for the Wolves. Harley Jacobson will inbound. She does to her fellow sophomore, Annabelle Bond. Over to the senior, Bailey Matson, who crossed the 1,000-point plateau earlier this season. She finds her fellow senior, Miley Roan, for 2. Matson the assist, Roan the basket. Everything working right now for the Wolves as they have built a big 35-11 first half lead. 30 seconds remaining in the half. Logan Hanna gets the steal. As the shot clock goes dark, Hanna dribbles it behind her back, guarded by Tinley Kraft. 15 seconds left in the half. Wolves up by 24. Hanna just letting some of the clock dribble down. She will drive, gets around Unruh, puts it up and in for 2.
That was a great take there by Logan Hanna.
Zeman for 3 at the buzzer, short. And we have reached the end of one half of play. And Watford City is in command of this one as both teams head to the locker room. Your halftime score is Watford City 37, Beulah 11. You're watching Game Day Media.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of Watford City and Alexander Athletics on Game Day Media. Call financial advisor Doug Rolfson at 701-444-4160 for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
We started with small beginnings. And just like the visionary entrepreneurs we serve, we turned an idea into reality. PNC National Bank, where possibilities begin right here at home.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by
Ranchers, circle March 4th on your calendar. Sorensen Ranch of Grenora will hold their annual bull sale at the Sydney Livestock Market Center in Sydney, Montana. Your source for composite Simmental bulls that are bred for docility, longevity, and fertility. Find them on Facebook at Sorensen Ranch and DV Auction.
Are you an enthusiastic sports fan? Want to have fun and get in on the action?
Heck, yes, that'd be awesome.
Have great attention to detail? Want to stay active?
Definitely.
Want to give back to the student athletes in your community?
Obviously, yes.
Then you'd make an excellent high school sports official. We need more officials in North Dakota, because with no high school officials, there are no high school sports. Sign up today at highschoolofficials.com.
This Game Day Media broadcast is brought to you by TNT Measurements Incorporated, providing oil and gas allocation meter proving, calibrations, and production facility lack provings. To schedule your proving, contact Derek Thompson at 701-421-1351.
Welcome back to Beulah and welcome into your Nodak Insurance Company halftime report. Nodak Insurance Company with your agent in Watford City and McKenzie County, Eric Mogan. Their mission is to meet the lifetime financial needs of their clients by providing competitive products and outstanding service. Pretty outstanding first half right there for the Wolves. Great bounce back after their loss on the road at Hazen back on Tuesday night. They really look good in that first half, scoring the first 6 points of the half. They would extend that to a big 21-7 lead at the end of the first quarter. And in the second quarter, they outscored Beulah 16-4, really limiting Beulah's shot attempts in that second quarter due to how many turnovers that defense forced. Only 6 shot attempts by Beulah in that second quarter. Let's take a look at the team stats from the first half. Watford City 14 of 36 from the field for 39%. They did not make a three-pointer, but they were 9 of 12 for 75% from the free throw line. The Wolves committed 8 first-half turnovers, and they were whistled for 6 first-half fouls. For Beulah, the Miners were 5 of 15 from the field for 33%. They also did not make a three-pointer in the first half. They were 1 of 3 for 33% from the free throw line. Beulah guilty of 20 first-half turnovers, and they were called for 9 first-half fouls. Individual scoring numbers from the first half, and if you're Coach Dwyer, you gotta love how balanced of a scoring attack that Watford City put together in the first half. Logan Hanna led the way with 8 points, scoring 4 in the first and 4 more in the second. Then it was Harley Jacobson right behind her with 7. 1 point behind her was 2 players, 2 seniors, Bailey Matson and Miley Roan, each with 6 points. And then right behind those 2 were 2 sophomores with 5 points each, Annabelle Bond and Salil Shoemaker. So that adds up to Watford City's total of 37. One more time, it's Logan Hanna with 8, Harley Jacobson with 7, Bailey Matson and Miley Roan with 6, Annabelle Bond and Salil Shoemaker with 5. For Beulah, they were led by their sophomores, Brinley Larson with 4. Eva Unruh came off the bench, and she made a 2-pointer and a free throw for an old-fashioned 3-point play in her first half total of 3. And then it was the 8th grader, Emma Hager, and their junior, Tori Zeman, with 2 points apiece. So Brinley Larson 4, Eva Unruh with 3, Emma Hager, and Tori Zeman with 2 points each for Beulah's first half total of 11. Well, Brock, what did you think of the first half there for the Wolves and the Miners?
You know, for the Watford City Wolves, I think defensively, what a great job. They came out. I was also expecting maybe to be like a little sluggish of a start. It all depends on what kind of, I guess, what your coach says after that loss against the Hazen Bison. I feel like that can either really motivate a team or it can have the adverse effect where they just feel like they're in a slump and they can't get out of the slump, right? So their defense, so far like it has been all year, seems to be pretty stellar, and that is the reason that they are up the way they are right now.
Yeah, now they're ahead 37-11, and this game's certainly not over, but I know it has to be in the back of the coach's mind, hopefully not the players, but they've got a game after this. In less than 24 hours, they're going to stay on the road. They're going to go down to Standing Rock, play in Fort Yates tomorrow against Standing Rock High School, and again, that was supposed to be played last Saturday. It'll be played this Saturday instead. When you're playing in a back-to-back situation, how do you think Coach Dwyer will approach the rotation here in the second half? At what point do you start guarding your starters' minutes and trying to work in some new players, get some playing time?
Well, Tennis, you're not going to like my answer. If I was the coach right now, I would not worry about it. I would not worry about it. I would say all these kids want to play.
Yep.
All these kids want to play. Maybe right now, if I'm a senior for the Watford City Wolves, I'm thinking I want to get this lead bigger, so then the younger people can get some playing time. Okay, that's probably what I'd be thinking. So like, I'd want to go hard when I'm in the game, so then the younger kids can have a chance. Okay, because then they deserve to have a chance, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
I wouldn't worry as a coach. I wouldn't worry too much about injuries or like restraining minutes from players. They're still kids. Maybe if they were older and our age, then we could start talking about minute restriction and stuff. But if you're healthy, I think let them play.
Sounds good. Yeah, we'll keep an eye on that as the second half plays out. For Beulah, disappointing first half, but they still got 16 minutes to work with. And right now down by 26. I feel like they just need to settle down on offense. If it wouldn't have been for the turnovers in that first half, they were getting some good shots, especially in the first quarter, I felt like. But that second quarter, they were just, you could tell, out of rhythm.
Yes, for sure. So it also doesn't help when Addison came out and got 2 fouls right away, and she's one of the guards for the team. That takes a blow right off the bat, so that makes it a little bit tougher because then you got to have other players step up to make the right play. Sometimes they're just not ready, and that is totally fine. it's a learning experience right now.
It is. So both teams have made their way back onto the court. We're going to step aside, and we will be back. We'll have your third quarter right after this. You're watching Game Day Media.
Farmers Union Oil Company of Watford City has been serving the customers in and around the surrounding community since 1929. Farmers Union Oil believes in community involvement and has supported numerous activities since the beginning. We take pride in giving back to our patrons through dividends and stock retirements. Our customer service should be our top focus to ensure a pleasurable experience for you, our customer. Whether you're looking for gas, fuel, hardware, or just needing to fuel the body, Farmers Union Oil is your one-stop shop. Game Day Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through Game Day Media. Together, we make a winning team.
Titus Stenberg and Brock Haugelberg tonight from Beulah. Also want to thank the rest of our crew. Brogan Shannon bringing you all the sights as he is our cameraman this evening. And Jackson Lee doing a great job in our producer's chair. He's been throwing a few curveballs tonight and he has hit them out of the park. We're having fun here this evening in Beulah. Great to have you aboard from Coal Country for this Division A Region 4 girls basketball matchup. Beulah broke their huddle first, and let's see who's all out there. Looks like their original starting five. Yes, Addison Dale Geiger, Hadley Ost, Tori Zeman, Emma Hager, and Brinley Larson. The Watford City Wolves will also start with their familiar five. Harley Jacobson and Annabelle Bond with Logan Hanna, Bailey Matson, and Miley Roan. Hanna with the ball. Skip pass over the left side for Matson, inside to Roan. Shot clock working its way down. Wolves with a very patient possession out of the halftime locker room. Hanna into Matson, and she scores. Senior to senior connection there. And that puts the Wolves up by 28 now, 39-11. Perfect start to the third quarter for Watford City. Here's a drive and a basket missed by Ost, but she draws the foul.
Taking a look at our RTC Network's instant replay here. She drives in, puts up a nice shot, did get hit on that, looks like opposite or offhand shooting there.
Foul against Annabelle Bond, her first. Wolves have not had much foul trouble tonight. Amelia Wisness does have two, but she is the only player with more than one. Hadley Ost at the free throw line misses her first free throw attempt. For Beulah, Addison Dale Geiger and Brinley Larson had two fouls as there is a lane violation. I believe it was against Zeman. Ost misses the free throw anyway, and the ball will go over to Watford City. Wolves with the ball and a 28-point lead. Annabelle Bond over to Matson. Bailey with the dribble drive, floater up, and good. Two more for Bailey. She is into double figures. First player into double figures tonight for either team, and she has 10. Dale Geiger gets the step, drives, and draws a foul. Going to get Bailey Matson on that one.
There we go as we see her driving to her right, gets by Matson there, and Matson tried to reach around for that block, but got some skin.
Dale Geiger averages 6 points per game, has not been able to score yet tonight. Part of that due to the foul trouble that she found herself in and limited minutes in the first half. She'll try to stay out there for much of this second half. This Beulah team has been hurt by injuries and illness throughout the season as Dale Geiger makes the second one. He had a all-region player, Malaya Williams, from last year's team that has not been able to play much this year. And she is a big piece that they really are missing as Roan misses the putback attempt. It's a tip back to her from Jacobson out to Bond for three. Too strong. High rebound by Miley Roan to Matson for three. No, rebound Bond. Annabelle with the reverse layup. No. Rebound. I thought Roan might have a chance at it, but Beulah able to come out of there with it. Zeman to Dale Geiger. Watford City 41, Beulah 12, 6:11 to go in this third quarter. Zeman, correction, that's Ost with the drive. A good-looking shot attempt, but it trickles off the rim. Rebound to the Wolves. And now Watford City will try to add to their 41-12 lead. Bond into Roan, out to Jacobson. Harley surveys the defense, starts her dribble, being guarded by Addison Dale Geiger. Now over to Matson, and a reach and foul. I believe that's going to be Dale Geiger's third personal foul.
Does look like she's just kind of in that 2-3, staying in that same spot. She realized she had to pick up the ball handler there.
First foul of the quarter against Beulah as Watford City sends in Salil Shoemaker and Amelia Wisnes. Harley Jacobson will inbound. She finds Matson, kicks it out to Hannah for three. Swish!
There's our first three of the game there.
It is, yes, the first made three for either team, and it comes from Logan Hannah, her 26th three-pointer of the season. Matson, the steal on the defensive end. As it poked away, stolen right back. Beulah with it, long pass from Ost, tipped. Tipped by Jacobson, back to Shoemaker, back to Jacobson. The Wolves get another steal. Jacobson to Shoemaker. Salil attacks. Layup good.
What a shot fake there by Salil Shoemaker working in the paint. So far tonight, I'm really proud of the patience that the Wolves just have tonight.
Yeah.
They're taking their time, trying to get to the hoop every single time they get the ball.
Their lead has exploded now to 34. It's 46-12. Watford City. Reverse layup up and good for Emma Hager. First basket of the second half for her as Jacobson tries to answer, misses. Rebound by Brindley Larson. 46-14. Watford City the lead. Beulah with the basketball. 4:35 left to go in the third quarter. Ball stolen. Logan Hannah off to the races. Right hand layup, no. Followed by Wisnes, and that's up and good. Amelia Wisnes, great play there, following the shot, getting the offensive rebound and the putback to put her team ahead 48-14. Logan Hannah with another steal. Long pass ahead, caught by Shoemaker. She, I think, was a little bit too far under the hoop for that shot attempt.
That's still what a pass there
Yes.
from Logan Hannah. She rifled that thing in there.
Like a touchdown pass.
Yes.
Here's a corner three off the rim.
She did it in honor of the Super Bowl weekend coming up here.
You're on the same page as I was. I was thinking about that as Larson missed it. Yes, Sam Darnold or Drake May, if you're out there watching some high school basketball this Friday night, take some notes from Logan Hannah. 3:40 to go in this third quarter. Wolves up 48-14. Bond and Roan come back in for the Wolves. And we're going to have a timeout on the floor. It's brought to you by Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial. We'll be back after this quick timeout.
You could put your dog in charge of deliveries.
But maybe don't.
You could plant your field by hand.
But maybe don't?
You could point in any direction and randomly choose a bank.
But maybe don't?
Cornerstone Bank offers high-tech, high-touch options when you want efficiency or need advice. Get the best of both, banking the way you want it. Come to Cornerstone and let us prove the difference.
Welcome back to Beulah. You're watching Game Day Media. Titus Stenberg and Brock Haugeberg here with you on this Friday evening. Thanks for making us a part of your night, wherever you may be, whether near or far. Happy to have you aboard as Bond picks up the steal and draws a foul. Helped to her feet by Amelia Wisnes. Another steal for Annabelle.
I was going to say, if she turned that over right away, would you say she had enough possession of the ball for that to be a steal there?
I think so.
If the foul wasn't called, yeah?
Yeah, I think so. And I kind of go by if a shot clock resets or not.
Okay.
And I guess I wasn't watching the shot clock in that case, but it felt like a shot clock should have reset in that situation. As the Wolves, they turn it over. They're 11th turnover of the night, but then Zeman turns it back, and it's been the kind of night that it has been for Beulah. Just wrapped up in the little microcosm right there of anytime anything goes right, it seems like something goes wrong. Sort of a 1 step forward, 2 steps back situation this evening for Beulah as Salil Shoemaker earns a trip to the free throw line. Tinley Craft picking up the foul, her 3rd personal, the 3rd team foul of the 3rd quarter as Shoemaker is short on free throw number 1. Peyton Horning and Eva Unruh come into the ball game for Beulah. Watford City wearing their white uniforms tonight. That's because they're going to stay on the road. They've got another game tomorrow, so they'll be wearing their road maroon uniforms in Fort Yates as they take on Standing Rock. Tomorrow, steal by Shoemaker, layup good.
I was just going to ask a question. Have you ever seen Salil Shoemaker shoot anything outside of the three-point arc?
It doesn't happen very often. I don't know that she has attempted a three-pointer this year. I'll have to look at their complete stats when I get a chance, but she likes to drive, put the pedal to the metal like she does right there. She feeds Annabelle Bond, sophomore to sophomore. Everything continuing to go the way of the Watford City Wolves tonight. They now lead at 53-14. 2:32 left to go in this 3rd quarter. Yeah, Shoemaker piling up the assists and also the steals here this evening as Roan gets into the party with a block. Here come the Wolves the other way. 2-on-1 fast break. Great pass from Bond to Hannah. Bond the assist. Hannah the basket. Logan now has 13. And that was all started by the beautiful block by Miley Roan. She averages 1.3 blocks per game. And she got that one, and it was a really good block. Not only getting the block, but tipping it right to a teammate. Tori Zeman for 3 from the left wing. Too strong. Rebound by Salil Shoemaker. Wolves up 55-14. Salil with the drive. Takes some contact. No foul either way. Rebound to Roan. Out to Hannah for 3. Short rebound by Peyton Horning. 1:35 to go in the 3rd quarter, and it just seems like the Wolves have been able to dictate the pace tonight. Beulah has not been able to have very many long possessions, as there they get a trip to the free throw line as Emma Hager draws the no, it is out of bounds.
I think it was just a block, another block by Miley Roan there.
Okay, I saw some body contact from up here, but apparently the contact did not warrant enough to be called a foul. And Beulah will have to earn it in the half-court offense. There's Larson putting it in off the glass for 2. She's just a sophomore, and she is definitely a good building piece that Beulah will have for this year and the next 2 years. She leads them in scoring tonight with 6.
They've all their points have been on a nice little get to that left shoulder and throw up a little baby hook.
Jacobson to Bond for 3. Swish! Jacobson the assist. Bond the three-pointer. As Annabelle now has 10 points, and the Wolves lead it big, 58-16. Larson hits it into Unruh. Eva gets around Wisness, misses the shot. Rebound by Bailey Matson, tipped away from her to Roan, and then she gets tied up by Brinley Larson. Possession arrow will favor Beulah. 31.8 seconds remaining in this 3rd quarter. Watford City up 58-16. Emma Hager will inbound from the baseline. So drive by Horning. I think she was more open than she realized. She ended up looking to pass. If she would have kept her eyes on the basket, she might have had a pretty good attempt at a shot right there. Watford City with the ball. Shot clock turned off. Roan draws a foul. It'll be called against Eva Unruh.
There we go. This is a good power dribble there by Miley Roan, and also a way to just feed the post. You know, there's a lot of guards out there, especially nowadays. I feel like since 3s are greater than 2s, you know, and I feel like post looks don't get looked at as much as they should. But if your post is working hard and you can see their numbers, give them the ball.
There you go. And Roan makes the first free throw. Second one a little bit too strong. Rebound by Tori Zeman. Ross, if you're watching tonight, Watford City's free throw percentage has been very good all evening long, as that three-point is missed by Larson. And here come the Wolves with time. Harley, has her pass intercepted by Zeman as the third quarter expires. We have reached the end of 3 quarters of play with the score, Watford City 59, Beulah 16. We'll be back with the fourth quarter right after this.
When you have financial questions or ideas, you need someone to listen and provide insight about your options. Shiloh Chavez and her team with LPL Financial can review your specific situation and help create a strategy unique to you and your goals. Give her a call at 701-842-4244 or email at shiloh.chavez@lpl.com.
Looking to save on fuel and fuel up fast? Patriot Fuels of Alexander, North Dakota is your partner in profit. We're proud to support the trucking industry with high-speed fueling systems, top-quality products, and vendor relationships that put your success first. Join the Patriot Fuels Fleet Card program and unlock exclusive discounts, or simply pay at the pump. Either way, you're fueling with integrity and efficiency. Patriot Fuels, driven to deliver more, located in Alexander, North Dakota.
Brand new lineup for the Wolves as we get ready for the Northern States Fishing Tools start of the fourth quarter. It's Alyssa Holan, Clara Wisness, Arlene Salas, Paige Schuster, and Brianna Bainey on the floor for Watford City. Salas with it over on the left wing as the Wolves play with a 59-16 lead as this fourth quarter is underway. Holan has it knocked away by Dale Geiger, stolen. That will be the 14th Watford City turnover of the ball game. So there's our question being answered, Brock, as it is the quarter break. As Zeman knocks down a three, the first three-pointer of the night for Beulah. It's brought to you by Cornerstone Bank. So the Wolves starters getting a rest here with the fourth quarter getting underway. We'll have a running clock as Holan has her shot blocked by Dale Geiger and the rebound caught by Brinley Larson. 59-19. Watford City with the lead. Beulah with a basketball, and a foul will be called near the midcourt stripe against Arlene Salas. So Brock, if you're Beulah here and you have a chance against some new players, what do you hope to see in this fourth quarter?
You know, as a coach, I would just be looking for, like, if you got sets that you want to run the sets, try to get good looks. Just like that look right there. That looked like a good set. They wanted the three-point shot. She was open. She took the shot.
Emma Hager had a good look at it and missed it, and the Wolves will take their first time out of the game. We're going to keep it right here as we want to thank our live read sponsors one more time this evening, starting with the Wolfpack Booster Club. Make sure you're following them on Facebook. Mr. Tim and his crew are doing a great job in the first year of the Wolfpack Booster Club. We also want to thank the McKenzie County Heritage Park and North Dakota Oil Museum. You can visit Becca and Heather. They're on the west side of Watford City, that big building. It's many buildings with all the flags there on the west side of Watford City. And also WCAG, one church, multiple locations. You can join us in Watford City at 9:15 or 11:15. We also have a Spanish service at 1:15 at our Watford City campus. Also locations in Belfield and Kenmare, North Dakota, and Fairview, Montana. Watford City basketball out of the timeout. Salas will inbound to Brianna Bainey as the Wolves play with a 59-19 lead. Brianna Bainey in the left corner to Alyssa Holan. Bainey, a junior, will launch a three. Too strong. Rebound tipped by Salas and out of bounds. Good position by Zeman to preserve the possession for Beulah. Running clock here in the fourth quarter with the 40-point lead for the Wolves. They led by 43 at the break. Tori Zeman getting a three-pointer to fall early in this fourth quarter to get her team within 40. There's a drive by Larson, and she scores again. This Brinley Larson is up to 8 points, and she is a good player for Beulah.
There's that left hand, just gets to her left shoulder, and she looks like she knows how to use the glass with her left hand down there.
Paige Schuster on the drive has it tipped away from her and out of bounds. It'll stay with the Wolves. Paige putting together a nice basketball season, but of course she is ready for track season. That is her favorite sport, and can't wait to see all that she accomplishes this spring. And hopefully for all of you track fans and track stars, the weather will cooperate this year. It's always a guessing game here in western North Dakota. But boy, if it's anything like the weather we've had this week, it's going to be track season very soon.
Yeah.
59-21, Watford City with the lead as that pass is kicked by Clara Wisnes. Clara, younger sister of Amelia. Clara is a 5'8" sophomore. As Delilah Garcia gets ready to check in. And is it an official's timeout? Delilah Garcia checking in. Brock, do you know what the officials' discussion at the scores table was about?
I thought it was to reset the shot clock, but they did not reset it, and it didn't matter anyway because they scored within a couple seconds.
Brynlee Larson, once again, up to 10 points, near her season average, or right at her season average of 10 points per game, as she has scored 6 in the second half, including 4 in this early part of the fourth quarter. Bainey misses the corner 3, rebound to Beulah. On a 7-0 run to start this fourth quarter, trying to add to it. Another three-point attempt, that one short from Emma Hager. Rebound tipped by Schuster to Bainey. Brianna into the front court, over to Clara Wisnes. A couple more Wolves getting ready to check in as well as Clara drives to the right wing, kicks it out to Schuster. Will drive left, bounce it into the corner to Solis, long range 2 off the glass and rim. No rebound, tipped by Wisnes, run down by Zeman for Beulah. Tori Zeman does not have numbers, so she'll stop and pull it out, get it to Hadley Ost. Out to Zeman. Left corner, Brynlee Larson, down low Zeman. Makes the catch, nice footwork. Has her shot blocked by Arlene Solis. And Schuster, the defensive rebound, poked out of bounds by Larson. It'll stay with the Wolves. 3 new players in for Beulah. That'll be Peyton Horning, Tinley Kraft, and Eva Unruh. On the floor for Watford City, Macy Lass. So right now it is Schuster, Solis, Bainey, Lass, and Garcia. Watford City with the lead, 59-23. Lass, turnaround jumper, no. Rebound by Eva Unruh. 3:05 left to go in the ball game. Watford City now just 3 minutes away from getting their 13th victory of the season and their 8th in region play. Horning gets it inside to Unruh. Her shot is blocked, but a foul will be called against Delilah Garcia.
There we go. Just like I was talking about earlier, if you're posted up and you can see the numbers there, give them the ball in the post.
And they've got some good post players here between Eva Unruh and Brynlee Larson. Both of them are sophomores. Unruh listed at 6 foot, Larson at 5'11". There are a couple of nice cornerstones to build around here for the next couple of years for Coach Grockow in his first year in this Beulah program that's had kind of a struggle this year, but certainly some good pieces, and they'll make some noise in Region 4 in the years to come. And there's another reason why, that Brynlee Larson getting the offensive rebound, the putback, and the foul.
It's exactly what you want from just, they're not giving up. That is one thing that I really like to see out of these Beulah Miners right now. Even though they are down, they are not giving up.
That's been a pretty impressive fourth quarter that they have put together as Larson misses the second one, rebounded by Schuster. 2:42 left to go in the fourth quarter. Watford City 59, Beulah 26. Arlene Solis with it on the left side. Now to Garcia, corner 2, too strong. Rebound, Schuster. Short, gets it back, has her attempt blocked by the tall Eva Unruh. Rebound by Bainey to Solis for 3. No. Good effort by Bainey to save it, but it landed on the baseline. Emma Arnold will check into the ball game for Watford City, along with Vienna Toloski for Beulah. Toloski, a 5'9" freshman for Beulah, and Emma Arnold, 5'7" junior for Watford City. 2 minutes left to go in this fourth quarter. Wolves up by 33. As we're going to send Brock down, he'll have some coaches' comments with the victorious head coach and also a quick visit with our First International Bank and Trust player of the game. So stick around for your post-game show for all that and more. There's a nice pass down low inside to Emma Hager, who scores. That's her third basket of the night. She's got 6 points. Solids from the left side, gets it to last. Turnaround jumper off the backboard, no rebound. Tipped around, taken in by Eva Unruh. 1:22 left to go in the fourth quarter. Watford City 59, Beulah 28. .105 left to go in the fourth quarter. Unruh blocked by Garcia, but a foul as Delilah was trying for the block. And she will pick up her second personal foul. It's the fourth team foul of this quarter against the Wolves. First free throw, swish for Eva Unruh, up to 5 points for her. Alyssa Holland comes back in for Watford City. It's Macy Lass with Alyssa Holland, Brianna Bainey, Emma Arnold, and Delilah Garcia on the floor for Watford City. Second free throw from Unruh, no good. Rebound by Arnold, got tied up and has it stolen away by Tinley Kraft and stolen back by Garcia. She gets tied up by Unruh. Possession arrow favors Watford City. 45 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Wolves up 59-29. They have not scored in this fourth quarter after they led at 59-16 after three. Long range two is good for Peyton Horning, another sophomore for this Beulah Miners club. 24 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter. Bainey's pass picked off by Peyton Horning. 2-on-1 fast break. Left-hand layup spins off for Hager. Arnold fighting for the rebound. Jump ball. Possession arrow will favor the Wolves. They probably won't get a shot off with the running clock down to 2 seconds. And they will not. That will do it. This one is all over. Watford City gets the road win in region action here tonight. Final score, Watford City 59, Beulah 31. Stick around. We'll have your Johnson and Sundin post-game show coming up right after this.
GameDay Media is proud to showcase our local athletes, but we can't do it without the support of our community. We're inviting business owners like you to join our growing list of sponsors. Sponsorship not only helps give student athletes the recognition they deserve, but also puts your business front and center with fans, families, and the community. Partner with us today to promote local athletes and your business through GameDay Media. Together, we make a winning team.
Imagine working with a team where your well-being is a top priority. At NCC, we champion work-life balance. Our culture ensures you have the time you need for life's important moments. We offer competitive pay that recognizes your hard work. Plus, enjoy comprehensive health insurance that puts your mind at ease. You'll also receive generous paid time off. And think future forward with our retirement contributions, securing your financial peace of mind. Join a team that values you. Work somewhere great and thrive. Don't wait for opportunity to knock. Open the door. Apply today at NCC. Visit nccray.com/careers.
Welcome back to Beulah. Welcome into your Johnson and Sundin post-game show. Brock Haugeberg is down on the floor, and he is caught up with the victorious head coach tonight, Tom Dwyer. Brock, take it away.
All right, as Tidy said, I'm here with coach of the Watford City Wolves, Tom Dwyer. Tom, tonight your team came out after a tough loss in Hazen, like we talked about earlier. How do you think they responded to that loss in Hazen?
I thought we played well tonight. I thought we got better. I thought we were working on ball movement, and I thought largely most of the time we were doing a good job of that. Defensively, I was really happy with some of the help side pinching and recovering and being a little bit better on that front. So I thought we played hard. I thought we played well.
Okay, very good. Also, how about your team defensively? I feel like every time I watch your girls play, they somehow get better defensively. On the defensive end, they get steals, they get turnovers. What is that? Practice? Is that coaching? How is that? Just girls trying hard? How does that work?
Well, a big part of it is just having girls like Harley, who they're phenomenal athletes. Harley doesn't know any type of basketball but going 110%, and she just, plays with so much more energy that sometimes I think she just catches the offense by surprise, right? And that's not just Harley, that's everyone. But so it's kind of just fun to see them do that, and then we just got to make sure that we're doing that together as a team. And so I think we've been slowly getting that part better, and we just got to keep working towards the end.
Very nice. Congratulations on the win, Coach.
Thank you.
Okay, now I'm here with Harley Jacobson, the First International Bank and Trust Player of the Game. Harley, I got a question. If I were to ask you if you can give me tips on how to get steals on defense, what would you say? What do you do in order to get steals? Is it just going hard all the time?
Going hard all the time.
Okay, there we go. It's the motor. Is it the coaching in practice? Do you guys practice? I would assume you practice hard 110% of the time?
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, and then as a team, what do you think worked well for you tonight as a team? You guys, besides defense, you guys had a lot of turnovers. Offensively, were you guys trying to get to the rack or to the rim every single time and not settle for shots?
I think we just like to move the ball. I don't know, drive, kick. I don't know.
There you go. There you go. Nice job, Harley. Congratulations on tonight's win.
Thank you.
Titus, back up to you.
All right. Thank you very much, Brock. Great job down there. Visiting with our First International Bank and Trust Player of the Game, Harley Jacobson. First International Bank and Trust is a full-service, family-owned, independent community bank built on the bond between our employees and customers. Check them out at FIBT.com. We welcome you back upstairs here for our next segment in our Johnson and Sundin Law Office post-game show, providing quality legal expertise with common sense and small-town service. Taking a look at the game recap of this one. It was all Watford City from the opening tap tonight. Scored the first 6 points of the game. They led it 21-7 after one quarter of play, 37-11 at the halftime break. And in the third quarter, they really put the game out of reach, outscoring Beulah 22-5 in quarter number 3 to go ahead 59-16. In the fourth quarter, Beulah, give them credit, they stuck with it. They went on a 15-0 run in that fourth quarter to make the final margin a little bit closer as they put up 15 points to Watford City 0 to give us our final score this evening of Watford City 59, Beulah 31. Taking a look at the team stats, Watford City 32 of 65 from the field for 49%. They made 2 3-pointers. Those are brought to you by Cornerstone Bank. And they also shot 11 for 16 from the free throw line for 69%. Pretty impressive night all around for the Wolves on the offensive side of the ball. They scored 59 points, all of those in the first 3 quarters of play. Wolves limited turnovers tonight to 16 in tonight's win. For Beulah, they were 13 of 34 from the field for 38%. They made 1 3-pointer tonight. They were 4 of 12 for 33% from the free throw line. Beulah committed 27 turnovers in the loss. It's still a pretty high number. They did do a much better job in the second half, limiting turnovers to just 7 after committing 20 in the first half of play. Let's take a look at the individual stats. And Brock, we picked Harley Jacobson a lot, especially for her defense, but you could have picked the name out of a hat tonight for the Watford City Wolves. Going through their offensive stats, Logan Hanna with 13. And for the second night in a row, Watford City had 3 players finish with exactly 10 points each. Annabelle Bond, Bailey Matson, and Salil Shoemaker. And Brock, those were the exact same 3 who scored 10 points last game in Hazen.
There's something about this girls team that Watford has right now.
So balanced.
Yeah, they all can score the ball. It is fun to watch for sure.
I was just putting that together. I hope my stats are accurate because that is so cool if that's the way it was both on Tuesday in Hazen and now here in Beulah. So Logan Hanna with 13. Annabelle Bond, Bailey Matson, and Salil Shoemaker with 10 points each. So 4 players in double figures tonight for the Wolves. Harley Jacobson and Miley Roan both had 7 points each. And Amelia Wisness came in off the bench and scored 2 points for Watford City's total of 59. For the Beulah Miners, Brindley Larson led the way with 12 points tonight. Emma Hager had 6. Tori Zeman and Eva Unruh with 5 points each. Peyton Horning with 2. And Addison Dale Geiger with 1 for Beulah's total of 31. With the win, Watford City improves to 13-5 overall on the season. Now 8-2 in Region 4. With the loss, Beulah drops to a record of 0-19 and now 0-12 in Region 4 play. 2 more games for Beulah in this regular season, and then they will get a spot in the region tournament, likely in that number 8 seed, which right now looks like they would match up with Hazen. We do have a few games left before seeding is finalized, but as of right now, that is what it looks like. So they will get a third chance at their main rival, the Hazen Bison. There for Watford City, they are now in second place, tied in second place with those 2 losses. They've got some very important region games coming up next as they will take on Standing Rock tomorrow. And then they also have games against Shiloh Christian, Dickinson Trinity still ahead on their schedule. I think that's it. A home game against Shiloh Christian, a road game at Dickinson Trinity. If I'm not mistaken, that is the way that their season schedule will conclude, and then they'll head into the region tournament. That region tournament this year will be in Fort Yates at Standing Rock, so an important trip not only for Watford City to play a game and a first-time opponent for the season in a region game there, but then also prepare for what will be the location of regionals.
That will be. I know, me as a player, I really liked, there were certain gyms that I liked, and there were certain gyms that I did not like to play in. So I feel like that even if, regardless of the outcome, it is nice to just step your foot into that court and get a feel for the rims, if they're bouncy, if they're loose, you know, just get a feel for the floor there.
For sure. Familiarity always helps, no doubt about that. Well, Brock, any final comments, any final thoughts from this win here? A pretty dominant win this evening for Watford City on the road. Like you brought up, it seems like the Wolves didn't miss a step from where they were on Tuesday, as same amount of scorers, same scorers type of deal, same points, almost identical. So it looks like they have not missed a step. If anything, defense, I feel like, is something for the Wolves that, like I said, every time I have watched them so far this season, it seems like somehow they have improved defensively, even though I'm like, they're really good defensively. Every time there's something different that changes, and they're still getting better, I feel like, defensively. Yes, so that will do it for tonight. Thank you for joining us. I want to thank all of our sponsors to make the broadcast of these games possible. I want to thank my crew tonight. Jackson Lee doing a great job producing. Brogan Shannon with a great night on the camera. And my full-time color commentator and sideline reporter. I made him do all the interviews this evening, and he did a great job. That is Brock Haugeberg. This is Titus Stenberg signing off from Beulah. So long, everybody.
Tonight's Game Day Media broadcast was brought to you by RTC Networks, Hagen Equipment Incorporated, First International Bank and Trust, Nodak Insurance Company, Eric Mogan, Johnson and Sundin, attorneys at law, Shiloh Chavez with LPL Financial, Farmers Union Oil of Watford City, Patriot Fuels LLC, Mackenzie County Heritage Park and Museum, Cornerstone Bank, T&T Measurements Incorporated, Northern States Fishing Tools, WCAG Church, Doug Rolfson, Edward Jones Financial Advisor, Wolfpack Booster Club, Schriefer Red Angus, BNC National Bank, NCC,